Hello, and welcome to Scrapbook.com. After much awaited anticipation, I am so excited to share with you the brand new ink blending tool with a domed foam applicator. Most applicators on the market are flat, so if you're not super careful when you go to ink blend, you get that harsh edge. The domed applicators don't do that. It's the hook and loop, so you have the hook and loop on one side and also on the back of the foam blending tool. The two go together beautifully. Let me explain a little bit about what comes in each package. So in the starter kit, you get two of the handles like this with a gray handle. Each of them come with the dome blending applicator on the top. So there's two here and then three extras to replace with. If you want more, we sell a separate replacement kit with 10 dome blender foams. So I know a lot of people already have their favorite handle. We've tested them, and the domed foam works beautifully on a lot of the major brands' tool. So I know friends that have 50 different handles already, and if they want to try this, all they have to do is get a replacement pack, and you can use the handle you have with the new foam. So I highly encourage you to try that and see if you like it. We'd love to hear your comments and what you love about it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little ink blending and show you how easy it is to use. I always like to use the Make Art Station as my base, and then I have a Tim Holtz replacement pad for the mixed media mat. This is that little mat that goes on the right-hand side, and I just bought a replacement to use on top of my Make Art Station for blending purposes, because this way I won't ruin the Make Art Station, but it gives me a nice stable surface to work on. As you can see, they're very white. They've never been used before, so we're going to add the ink. We're going to start with tumbled glass. We're going to load it up with ink like that. Like before, you're going to start off the page. You're just going to swirl and blend it on. If you do a real light hand, you can get this very soft look. But what I really like is if you have a heavy hand, even this tumbled glass, which is a pretty light color to begin with, you can get this beautiful blend. There's no harsh lines. And the reason there's no harsh lines is there's no edge that is coming in contact with the paper. You can see the ink is just staying at the very top. It's never coming to the edge. So I can take it directly to the paper, which I never do with a flat one. I thought I was just a terrible ink blender. But when it comes right down to it, test the tools and see if maybe you can find something you love even better. I'm going to switch to Peacock feathers. This is another Distress Oxide, which blend beautifully anyway. This just helps it make it that much easier. These aren't necessarily ones I would blend together because of the darkness of this. But I thought, oh, what the heck, we'll try it. See what we get. But look how smooth that is. We're going to go back over this section to kind of give it a more smooth blend with the tumbled glass. It totally takes away that harsh line. Look at how beautiful. And those aren't colors that I would necessarily blend together. Let's add a little twisted citron. We'll get a new blending foam, load it with ink. It takes ink beautifully. I'm going to flip this around, start off the page. Super easy to blend. I mean, I'm not struggling at all, and it seems like I always struggle in the past. That's why I never really was a big fan of ink blending. But now this is a total game changer for me. So I'm going to go back in over the top with Peacock feathers. We'll do a little bit more twisted citron. Look at that. Simple, easy, gorgeous. We're going to use the Distress sprayer now and just give it a little spritz to give it that fun oxidized look. Let it sit on there for a second. We're going to just dab it off with a paper towel and get beautiful speckled effects with 3 ink colors that aren't necessarily all that blendable. The next technique I want to share with the Domed Blending tool is using a stencil on a piece of paper and seeing how easy it is to get a beautiful ombre look. So we're going to tap it off first and just start gently at the front or at the top. Kind of work your way down. The nice thing is you don't have to really push hard to get a beautiful blend. So we're going to add a little bit more color. This is the dashed stencil. It's a new stencil from the stencil collection at Scrapbook.com. When I first saw this, I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, and then when I actually started playing with it, I'm like, oh, it makes rain, it does all these fun things, it's great for a masculine background. I'm like, okay, I like this. All right, so this was the more of an ombre look, light to dark with one color. Beautiful rain. If you do it a little bit sideways, you can get beautiful rain effects. And then we're going to actually turn this upside down. We're going to kind of move it offset. We're going to add the same 3 colors that we used here to get a different look with a stencil. I'm just going to kind of offset it. Some are going to overlap. And that's kind of the effect I'm going for. So this time we're going to use the peacock feathers again. We're going to charge that up. If we want to continue with the ombre, we can. We'll do dark at the bottom. This is a darker color to begin with, so of course going to be a little darker when you put it on. The nice thing is it swirls really beautifully. Okay, so there is the second color. Look how pretty that is just with 2 colors. But of course we can't stop there. The next color we're going to use is the Twisted Citron, just like this. Totally gives a different look to your background. I have the tape upside down on the back of my piece of paper, so every time I lay my stencil back down, it automatically sticks. You can use your magnets from the Make Art station to keep it in place. Doesn't look like much like that, but check this out. I just think that's such a beautiful masculine background. Definitely something to try. Super easy to blend. You saw how easy it was to blend the background to get that beautiful, soft, easily blended from one color to the next with this card, but this gives you a totally different look using the same exact tool. So I hope that you enjoy using the Domed Blender tool as much as I do. I highly recommend giving it a try. It does work with many of the different handles that are on the market that you might already have in your stash. So pick up a replacement set. If you don't have a blending tool, pick up the starter kit and give it a try. Available only at Scrapbook.com. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happiness is life handmade.